I may cut it. Just whatever. Uh, so, hey, what's up? Welcome back to Anisong Talk. It's the show where I talk about anime music with my friends. This is the last episode of the year. Fuck 2020. 2020 was a fucking terrible year, but at least we had good music. And to talk about that today, I am joined by my good friends Forte and Kei. What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, thank you
What's
for
up,
inviting us.
guys? Yeah, I'm just enjoying the Christmas spirit right now. You know,
With his red shirt.
Red shirt. Yeah, we kind of like missed the mark for Christmas again, but whatever.
But at least it's still December, so it's
It
appropriate.
still is December, yeah. So 2020 was kind of like a terrible year for us in terms of I mean in general for most people 2020 like really sucked. But as far as first world problems are concerned, for us, well, we could not really go to Japan, so that was mediocre. Um, so how did you guys adapt to the situation? There have been online lives and stuff. Have you guys had the chance to check out a couple of them or something?
yeah, I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of funny, but esports, venture sports, kind of lived on this year because there were a ton of online events. I actually didn't go to that many because I found after like a couple, it just wasn't the same for me.
Mm.
So I went to like the Shiny Mask ones and the Valkyrie one, and that was pretty much it. Like
So wait, so
after
you only
that,
did two?
yeah.
Okay, because you talk as if you had done like it's a
I
15, 10, 20. I don't
no
know.
no. Like after like the Shiny Mask one, I was kind of like, it's not really my thing. But
Hmm.
it's like but I did spend a lot of time catching up on like all of my backlogs and stuff, which was nice for this year.
Okay,
Um,
that's cool.
and I actually did get into like new fandoms because I kind of didn't have any other choice almost.
Like which one?
I really got into Tokyo Seven Sisters this year. Like,
That's true.
You don't
okay,
say.
well, everyone in this podcast already knows because I won't stop talking about it. But yeah. Oh, I remember in terms of events, I was also supposed to go to like some more like Junos, but I just didn't wake up for this. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, yeah, same.
But
Uh,
the last one that we tried to watch, and I think I ended up just not being able to. I was kind of the same as Forte. Like the beginning of the year, when we first were dealing with this lockdown, I was trying to, get as much traction because we couldn't go to Japan anymore. So I
mhm.
started trying to see a bunch of these online lives. And in the beginning, I watched a pretty significant amount of them. There was like 2 or 3 a week. But a couple of months in, it was really hard to keep up with everything and keep my interest up. And so it kind of dribbled out. And lately, I've actually just been traveling a lot.
What?
What?
So yeah, I've been traveling. I mean, like I've been going to Europe, exploring the castles.
Oh,
And then recently, I went to China, and then now, just last week, I started going to the Himalayas. So
yeah.
I've been doing a lot of traveling lately.
You know what? I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know why I haven't been. I don't know what happened this year.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you guys should try it sometime.
yeah.
It's a good year to travel.
Yes, indeed.
I
Okay.
I will say,
Wait, just want to say, for those who cannot read between the lines, Kay is talking about playing Genshin Impact, which is a thing we've been doing a lot this year. Um,
Yes.
yeah,
you say this year as if it's been more than like 3 months.
I don't know, man. Like time's been like really different, like really bizarre this year. Like I feel like last month could have been last year. Like, can you prove
Well,
that last month wasn't last year? I cannot. You know.
whole year
Actually,
blew by
I
really
can
fast.
because it sucked that much because it was in 2020. It's because it's in 2020 that things suck.
Yeah.
I'm speaking as if 2021 is going to be better, but you
Yeah,
know,
it's
we
not.
have no idea.
Yeah.
I hope
We can only hope.
At,
everyone.
at least we'll have a vaccine or something like that.
I'm just hoping everyone has a better 2021.
Yeah,
This terrible year for everyone.
definitely. Yeah.
Going
Okay.
back to the events thing, though,
Yeah.
I am hoping that like event organizers actually learn stuff from like setting up streams and stuff and having online events for this year because
So
if
so what we're seeing already is that there's a lot of events happening and they don't have live streams. So
yeah, I can wish though, right? It's like one of those like
But it also seems there's a lot of events that are starting to capitalize on live stream,
yeah.
particularly Sony's and Bandai's recent ones.
that is true. Like I'm pleasantly surprised to see that the Bandai Entertainment Festival that's next year is going to be live streamed.
Hmm.
I'm curious to know if they're gonna have live viewing for that also. So that
I
would
think
be interesting to see if they do both of them.
I'm wondering if it like kind of solves my issue of online events because like the interaction isn't really quite there with the crowd for online events
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind like in some cases even it's just recorded, but in the
Well,
case
like for example, so I don't know. You probably didn't watch that one, or I know you didn't watch that one. But Chiara Minori, she had a live earlier this year, and what they did is they used audience recording from previous lives to mix in with her performance. So
oh
there was like there was no crowd, but it felt like there was one, right?
it's like how the NBA is using NBA 2K sounds.
Wait, are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's next level.
But I mean, it works because I felt like I was part of a crowd, and I was at home at 6 a.m. doing calls and bothering my neighbors. Probably, I don't know, but
Well,
it's their fault for not watching Chiara Minori at the same time as I was. Anyway,
also
So you can
recently they
yakai even in 2020.
yes, yes, the yakai is something that never dies. Uh, yeah.
and then I was thinking about it was the Shiny Live, right, where they had all the chairs set up with pen lights that change colors.
Mm.
Man,
You know,
feel
I,
so
I
bad for
didn't
the
watch that live, but I saw like screenshots of the pen light thing. It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah,
some
so they
intern
like
had
would
to set that
simulate
up.
people.
No. Okay. So now, so if you were at that, I don't know if you guys have heard about this online event called KuroCon. This anyway. It's some weird ass online event that happened earlier this year, and I actually got the chance to host Anisong Talk there. So thank you to the organizers for hosting my Anisong Talk. Anyway,
That was pretty cool, though.
so
96 ski is so generous.
Wait, I thought he was a special guest.
he was a
like,
special
right?
guest too.
He's the man behind the curtain too.
Really? Wow, that's didn't know that. Anyway, so uh, that Anisong Talk recording, we
Your
talked
mic
about.
is issues.
You cut out there.
Oh, sorry. Okay. At that Anisong recording, we talked about the state of anime music in 2020, so we're not gonna go back to that. Also, we gave our impressions for our favorite songs for well, the first 3 seasons of 2020. So we're also not gonna go do that. We're just gonna do the thing we do the most and go head straight into talking about our favorite Anisong openings and endings for this. So this one it's for fall 2020. So I asked you guys to select your three favorites openings and endings for the season. So let's start with you, Forte. Tell me about your three favorite openings.
Okay, it
We're gonna do
was
it all at once, or we're gonna round.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna yeah. So all three openings first, and tell me like them by like in order and.
okay. So, you guys probably could see this one coming because I wouldn't shut up about it. But I actually really love the Tonikaku Kawaii opening, Koi no Ta from Yunomi, lyrics by Karikito. And for number two, I liked Howling by Asuka, the Mahoka opening. And for number
Wait
three,
a second, weren't? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, finish.
that's why it's funny. And for number three, I'm gonna put the Higurashi opening. I believe it's said by Asuka.
Okay.
Before we like explain our choices, I think we can all do our
Yes.
stuff first. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well. Go ahead. Explain your choices. Actually.
Okay, so
Yeah.
number one, Koi no Ta. I just really like when I first heard it. I was like, wow, this song is fire, and it kind of like sounded like a cyber song to me. And it turns out Yunomi is a composer for cyber who I like their music a lot, and lyrics are cute. And I didn't know Akari Kito could speak that much because the last role I saw of her was Nezuko, so it's like wow, she probably sang more in these 90 seconds than she had words to say in all of the Demon Slayer opening, or the Demon Slayer show, I should say. And yeah, it's just it's a fun song that I can't get enough of. For Howling, I know Chris finds this funny because I was kind of going like all the Mahoka songs they're kind of I find them quite similar in terms of pace, but I think Howling's an exciting song, and Asuka, I believe that's how you say her name. It's her real
Asuka.
name
Yeah.
is Asuka, yeah,
Yeah.
and she's the vocals are just awesome for it, and it's kind of like Speedstar in a way, but not really. But it's
Wait.
a
Wait.
super
Wait. Speedstar? Not Rising Hope?
a little bit, yeah, but
Because I hear nothing from of Speedstar in there. So
they're both like for me they're both like super like exciting songs.
exciting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I think I'm just double checking right now. But yes, so that song was written by Saku, whom I believe actually wrote Rising Hope, but I might be wrong.
So that's where the influence would come from.
Yes. Oh no, never mind. He didn't write Rising Hope. He wrote Ignite though
Okay.
by Eru. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's still the like it's the same influence from because like Eru and Lisa and I guess Haruna Luna, they used to be like the Sony's big three, and then yeah. But anyway,
for the Hirashi opening, I believe what you said. Just like a smooth, cool song from Asaka. So, and I think part of it is I'm just really enjoying this season of Hirashi. So since this song kind of reminds me of it, it's a very cool song. It's
I still need to
lyric-wise,
check it out. But yeah, it's a pretty good song. The song itself,
I can't
yeah.
spoil it because it's so. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's
if
fine.
you watch Higurashi, you know what you're into. It's some typical village life stuff, slice of life.
Yes, very slice of
Yeah.
life.
Just cutesy and
Yeah,
easygoing
yeah.
show.
You want me to do endings too or opening?
No. We're gonna go to K. Give me a minute, just however. Just want to do something. No, it's
Say I thought this season's endings were actually more exciting than the openings for me. It was
Really?
really hard to put together a top 3 endings for me, actually,
It
personally.
was the opposite, actually. I was having a hard time figuring out good endings that really stuck out to me.
Might just be a
Interesting.
taste thing then. Yeah, I really love the endings this season.
Okay, so let me recapitulate. So Forte, you said your number. So your number one is which one again?
Koi no Uta.
So that's your favorite. Like, are you?
Yes.
Did you give me them like in order by like 1, 2, 3 or like 3, 2, 1?
I would say it's 1, 2, 3, but 2 and 3 are kind of depending on my mood, right? If I want something to give me energy, I would do Howling, and if I
Mm-hmm.
want like kind of just like a I don't know if it's like chilling vibe, but it's like it's definitely like more of a I need to come down a bit. I would listen to Asuka song.
Okay.
It's like
What's the name of Higurashi's opening actually?
it's I believe what you said.
Okay. 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 Go ahead
Okay.
and give me your
All
top.
right, my 3 openings.
Mhm.
So number 1 for me would be
So are you
Sacred
also
World.
giving them to me in 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
Number 1, the top one would
Okay.
be Sacred World by Reza Soyan. It's the Salt Lily Bouquet opening,
Hmm.
and that one kind of took me by surprise. When I started watching the series, I just thought, oh, this is going to be another Bushi production. I didn't think much of it, but as soon as the opening hit, like it wouldn't get out of my mind. I mean, I love Reza Sullen already because
Mm-hmm.
all their songs, from Bang Dream, but this is like the first time they've gone outside of that universe, and it shows that that doesn't matter where they are, they just have really good songs that are catchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Yeah, no,
on a pop.
they're pretty good. Like they're really energetic, and I have not watched Assault Lily myself, but yeah, I think the song. I mean, I like the opening animation.
That
It
was
fits really
almost
well.
on my list too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's definitely number 1 for me for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is also a song that Forte mentioned, Koi no Uta
Mm-hmm.
from Tonikaku Kawaii.
wow.
And I like it because I like the mix of, like traditional Japanese mixed with like the electronic beats. And it gives like a really, like a couple songs like, have done that like other animes in the past. And I always like that kind of mashup because it kind of mixes like the old and the new.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I remember was the C3 Cube second opening, which kind of did something like that as well.
Yeah,
This and so it's what I really
Wait,
liked
oh
about
my
this
God,
song.
C3 Cube. That's you're giving us a huge throwback right here, Kay.
Yeah, the first opening is also one of my favorite songs that I've never have yet to see live.
Oops. Okay. Uh
Everyone's breaking out again.
oh, sorry.
you're a big
Hello?
Akari Kito fan too, right, Kay?
Oh, I was going to say the reason why that song is not number 1 is because I found out afterwards that Kari Kito is singing it, so I had to take points off for that.
Wow. That's
Jokingly saying, but yes, half jokingly. Um, but yeah, so that's definitely a solid number 2. For number 3, it was kind of hard actually. There were 2 songs that I kind of really felt pretty strongly about. That I know they weren't the top 2, but they were there. So
mhm.
I just kind of flipped a coin, and I will go. At this point in time, my feeling will be against by Kara Ishihara from our favorite anime this season, the Tenchan anime.
Yeah.
Yes. Kimi to Boku no Saigo no Senjo.
Saigo no. Yeah.
And the reason I like it is just because it's a continuation, ever since, Tempest, I've kind of gone on a Kari Ishihara kick, and her songs have always kind of been something that, they're of the same type where they're kind of catchy, upbeat, and strong. I think that's kind of the main thing. Like before, if you listen, I like listening to her early stuff, there were a lot more of like the cutesy, trying to be, connecting with her past stuff like that. But now she's kind of been more like to me, a more serious, energetic type of approach, and I think it fits her well, and so I enjoy her songs. and so that has kind of gone up there this season for me, even though I still have not watched this anime series itself after past episode. Where did we stop? 3, 4?
We
Something like
stopped at episode 4, I think. Yes.
Yeah. So I still listen to the song itself, but I have no idea about the anime anymore.
I'm curious though. What is Chris gonna do?
Okay.
Top three.
So wait. So before we go to me, I just want to ask: did you guys have any runner-ups? Or...
Yeah,
Yes.
Sacred World for sure. For like I was saying, that almost made it onto my list, but I think I just happened to be like in a mood for those other two songs when I was writing up this list.
Fair enough.
And actually, I like Ikichi Yuka a lot, so I'm
actually surprised that the Danmachi didn't make into your list.
Yeah, I like her a lot, and I guess I just wasn't in the mood. But like it's pretty similar to the other two openings, which I'm not going to take points off for that. But I guess I just wasn't in the mood to put it on my list at that time. But yeah, I like the opening.
Okay.
I like her singing a lot. She has a very clear voice.
Okay.
Yeah, my runner-up would be the other one that was battling for third that I mentioned earlier, which would be Ueda Reina's opening song, Literature, from Majo no Tabi Tabi. And just because, this is also something this year that I've really started to get more into her solo songs. And I kind of like how her singing is like a different than kind of the stuff we're really used to. And, I enjoy like the kind of atmosphere that it brings. And I think that song really suits the opening, even though it may not suit the actual series itself. Spoilers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I also like that song as an aside because I also really like the CW, the coupling song, Hanana Ame as well. So I think that whole album was something I enjoyed a lot this season.
Okay.
Single or album?
Is it single? Yeah. Okay. So me, I'm gonna do. So for me, surprisingly, two of my top in my favorite songs that ended up being my favorite songs are songs I actually did not like at first, and I'll explain why. So okay, so first of all, so my number one, because apparently we're starting from number one. My number one is the sorry, where's my notes? It's the Kamitachi ni Irowareta Otoko opening. It's a song by Tadokoro Azusa.
That one.
It's a very beautiful song. It's a very beautiful song. I feel that out of all the songs from this season, this was the one that gave me the most Anisong feeling, and it's a very calm and soothing song, and perhaps in a way I don't know if it would it's a good opening as such, but it's a very anime song. But again, at the same time, I've been watching anime for the longest time, and I've watched a lot of I guess shoujo ish anime from the late 80s, early 90s, and that song reminds me of one of those. So I think it gave me the most nostalgia, so that's why. And I love nostalgia. Nostalgia is my favorite thing. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Reasons.
Yes. So that's why it's my number one. My number two is called New Era by a idol group called Six Tones, which I had never heard of before. And from what I understand, they are kind of new. And it's the Yashahime opening. So this was my my equivalent of Howling for you, Forte, in that it's the it's the Genki energetic song, and it gives me a good feeling. It's like when I listen to it, I'm like, oh hey, I'm feeling the energy, I'm feeling happiness, and one thing I like about it is that it does remind me of the Inuyasha songs of old, even though it's
So
not
that's
a
what I was gonna ask you.
yeah. Yeah, it gives me the same feeling, when I was listening to like when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, it's Inuyasha, right?
The style is different than maybe what they would have done back then, but if you like transplanted Inuyasha into like 2020, you think it would
Yeah,
have been like
this
that?
Yeah.
this is basically it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
Have you watched it, guys? Yashaime?
I watched the first episode and I'm like, oh, it's an episode of Inuyasha, but I didn't have a chance to watch more than that.
Okay.
And the same sentiment as Forte.
So yeah, the first episode of
Literally
Yashaime
an
is
episode of-
is Inuyasha, but going forward, it's not. It's actually Yashaime.
It turns out that's what I wanted all along, guys.
Yeah.
All I wanted was another episode of
Of
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha, yeah. Okay. And finally, so my last
You're
one
breaking up.
is. Oh, sorry.
You're completely quiet.
Do.
Better now.
Okay. Yes, Yashaime, the Inuyasha sequel. Okay. So so my last one is literature, which you've just talked about, Kay. It's a song I actually didn't like at first, which is weird because so my issue with the song was actually the entire introduction of it until you get to the chorus. The chorus I love. The chorus is amazing. It's so beautiful. And this is where I disagree with you that it doesn't fit the series. I think actually it fits the series very well because when I think of this song, I think it fits the theme of traveling,
Uh-huh.
and this is kind of what the series is about, right? It's about a traveling witch. So
I guess yeah, from that aspect I can see, it's reflecting that aspect of,
Right.
traveling and her travels basically.
yeah, and so the more I watch the show and the more I listen to the song, like I completely started forgetting why I didn't like the intro. So like I wouldn't even be able to tell you why I didn't like it at first. But yeah.
Is this like a very usual thing for you where like you don't like something at first and you listen to it like 10
Oh, yeah.
times and you're like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
actually
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course.
Like that happens a lot of times more often than not.
Yeah.
it's actually the other way around for me. Usually, well, I guess I can get used to something, but usually for me it's like I get hooked immediately and it's just like
I mean, it does happen from sometimes, but often there, like, and I think I appreciate those songs that I didn't like at first, but then I ended up liking more because it's like they had to work for it, so they had to like prove themselves to me. So I'm like, oh hey, you did it, you proved yourself, so now good job.
Speaking of how like the kind of like the I guess the rhythm of a song is like similar to like what the show's about. Like I feel like Koi no Uta is kind of like a love song in that it like starts off slow and it gets faster and faster, just like it's like being in love. So thought that was like a
I like
cute,
that.
cute thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch the show actually?
I
Do you
watched
still
like
actively watch it?
I watched the first 3 episodes. I read some of the manga, but I didn't continue it. I'll probably finish it at some point, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
just I'm very good at not finishing anime. So
yeah, same.
the problem is it wasn't bad enough because the shows that we finished this season were really bad.
We'll get to that. So my runner-ups. So that's another one that I didn't really like at first. It's Ikiru Osuru by wait, what is their name? Macaroni and Pizza. Wow. Okay. So it's from the show called Dragon Quest Dino Daibuken. Which is the 2020 remake of an old show, which itself was the adaptation of a manga. And the reason I didn't like this song at first is because, again, when growing up, I watched the regional series, and I I've been listening because so the original series only had one, like it was a 52 episode series, but they only like one song. And
Like
I've
the whole like
like
just one song as in one opening, or like
yeah
just one song?
one opening one opening. So like nowadays, four core series will have four openings usually, but
It's
this
the
one like
Hunter strategy.
right. So this one only had like one song, and and that song, when the song starts, it actually incorporates uh, the the team, the overture from Dragon Quest. I don't know if you guys ever played Dragon Quest or ever watched Dragon Quest stuff. Like the overture is always the same. It's a fanfare, whatever. And so that opening incorporated that team, and I loved it for it. And the new opening song for the new show completely disregards all of the Dragon Quest music, and it goes for a very, I guess, 20th cent. No, that's not the word. It goes for a very modern Shonen Jump style opening, which I had issue with at first. But again, the more I listened to the song, the more I started liking it. It's a very good song. The band gives me like an indie feeling. I haven't really looked into them. I think they are new, but like as the meme goes, I'll be watching your career with great interest, which is pretty much what I think I will do with this band. They really grew on me because they're actually also doing the ending song for the show, and which is great. It's not in my top, but we'll get back to that. My
So
other
did you
runner
like
up,
it as
the ending
a
song,
song itself, or as something for Dragon Quest?
as the song itself. Also, oh yeah, one of the reasons I started liking it is after listening to the full version of the song.
Mm-hmm.
The full I wouldn't even know how to describe it, but the full version of the song does something very weird that only uh, indie bands tend to do, in which the bridge is so entirely different than what the rest of the song is. It's like you're listening to a different song and you're like, what just happened? And that completely took me by surprise, and we're like, oh hey, there's something there. So yeah, the band is called Macaroni and Pizzu.
That's like so not an Anisong thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. It doesn't even sound like any song at all. But that's kind of like why I like it anyway. My other runner-up was "Howling" by Asuka, which Forte has talked about already from Mahoka. It's a good song. I don't really have much more to add
I
to
like
that.
Asuka. Asuka.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. Maybe so. So here's the thing. So Asuka is it's very. I find it very interesting in that I haven't heard a lot of her songs, but I feel like the few songs I've heard from her are in a completely different style. So I have a hard time figuring out exactly what's her sound, and if because one of my favorite song from her, again, I haven't listened to a lot of her, but one of my favorite song from her is Rust. No, it's not Rust. It's Hibari, which was the ending song for Lord Amalloy.
Or Illinois.
Yeah, and and I think what's the other song from her that I knew of? It's from that Grand Crest thing.
Okay, Grand Castle, the opening.
Yeah, the
Or
opening. I think she did the opening.
I think she did. May have done both. I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, the songs are not like because she's a Sony artist, right? And Sony artists, I'm I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, but usually they only have like 2 songs.
Trick Pony.
So, so I'm
I'll politely disagree, but
okay. They have
actually
they,
I'll agree.
they have I mean they have the fast song and they have the slow song. I mean,
And then that's kind of what I feel like she's doing. Like, I think I'd have to listen to them back more, but I feel like she has like a different sense with her opening songs versus her ending songs.
right.
Like
Well,
when you talk about Hibari, that's what I was thinking.
Wait,
That's ending.
that's
Versus
kind
I'm
of what
thinking,
Chris is saying though. You have the
yeah.
fast opening and you have the slow ending.
yeah. So maybe that is just the way the Sony Aniplex machine works.
But I feel like out of the
We've
songs
solved-
I've heard from her, she had more than the fast one and the slow one. I felt
We've
like she
cracked
had a
the Sony
good
code,
balance.
This is the Sony code. We've cracked it.
Anyways, yeah. Okay, so let's move on to our ending songs. Forte. No, K. Let's go with K first. So K,
go
give me
reverse?
your yes.
Okay. So, we'll go 3, 2, 1 this time. Just
Okay.
because.
Yes.
So my third will be the D4DJ ending song.
Really?
Wow, right? Because of how unique it is, actually. It's like, what is it? It's Mizuki Nana and Rachel, right? And I didn't think it would work well
Hmm.
because I don't really, it's
Wait,
hard for me to
wait. You said Rachel and who?
Mizuki Nana.
What? I didn't know that.
She's a D for DJ. Remember?
No, I know she's a
Yeah.
D4 DJ, but I didn't realize it was her.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I have to go back and check that
That's why I
out.
said when I saw those two names, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work out. But they actually complement each other pretty well. It leans, and then I think it's because of the type of song that the kind of style they go for D4DJ. It's not really any of their individual styles. So in my head, before I heard it, I was thinking it was like a mishmash of their two styles. And I was like, how's this gonna work? But it wasn't. It basically just went in a whole different direction. And I think that's, as an ending, that's why it worked really well as a closing song, and that's why I liked it.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then for my number 2, it's going to be the Senyoku no Siegfried Rifa ending, Spitter Speaker. They sang it, and the song is called Sayonara Namida. And the reason I like that one is kind of similar to what you said earlier, but basically it's a callback to old anime endings. It's just kind of one of those gentle songs, that just kind of have kind of melodic, sonorous, and it just kind of makes you think about, yeah, this is kind of how anime endings were. They just kind of close off an episode of a series, and you just kind of let it linger and sit there, and it achieves that kind of feeling well. Because the anime itself I wouldn't say it's like slice of life slow moving, but it is kind of like that, and so it's a very good cap to each episode. You kind of sit there and you just kind of let it kind of just wash over you, and I just really appreciate that compared to a lot of series nowadays where the ending is just another tie-up song that they can insert in that doesn't kind of try to blend it like that.
Yeah, it's Para Speaker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not extremely familiar with them, but from what I've seen, I kind of like want to say that they are all Anisong fans also.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that would explain the kind of the emotion and idea. They would kind of have the
Yeah, that's the feeling I get from them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then my number 1 ending song for this season is the Kami-sama ni natta hi ending. Goodbye Seven Seas. Yanagi.
Yeah.
It's just it's and it pains me to say this, but it's a very key song. It hits, it's definitely the kind of song you expect from a key. It's The lyrics, reflect like the emotional sense of what a key series should be.
What it should be.
The vocal Yanagi vocal, she has a the way she sings it is very reminiscent of how of the songs she sings in the past. She always has a good melodic voice, and it evokes the right idea, like the ending cutscenes even that evoke the kind of sentimentality that you come to expect from a key work, that didn't come to play here, but I guess that's for a separate discussion. But regardless of that, I still like the open ending a lot.
I'm a big fan of the Maereiju and Yanagi Nagi combination, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe not combined with the show, but
it's the show is very unfortunate, but yeah, Maeda Jun and Yanagi Nagi work amazingly well together.
If anything, it shows that he can still write very good songs.
Yeah.
Even if he can't still write.
I think we have plenty of time to talk about that later, because we have a lot to talk about in terms of that show.
I don't know if we'll do that in this episode, but yeah, because I feel like the emotions are still very high with that show, and
pent up frustrations.
Yeah, I mean we did finish it, but yeah. Okay, Forte, give me your top 3.
So I almost don't have an order for it. Like, I'll give an order, but I like all 3 of these songs a lot, and like for me they're almost like, for these were like my top 3 for sure. I like it feels almost unfair to compare my runner-ups to these, but I would say I'm gonna give my 3 first, and then I'll go through them. My number 3 is Kami-sama no Syndrome from Ayane. It's the Higurashi ending. It's like super cool song. Lyrics are like perfect for Higurashi, and like the vocals are so good. Number 2 is Lost in Paradise, the Jujutsu Kaisen ending. It's kind of like, I'll talk about it in a bit, but it's awesome song. And my number 1, this is almost like unfair for me. It's Evergreen. It's the Danmachi ending, and it's by Sajo no Hana. And so for Kami-sama no Syndrome, it's just perfect song for Higurashi. It's perfect. It's like I actually like can almost like see the opening in my head because it's so vivid for me. So just it's because of that kind of combination. Like it's a very Anisong like ending for me, and it like the fact that it can like evoke the actual like ending cut scene for me, or cutscene. Animation
yeah.
for me. It's like, I think that's like pretty much the best thing ever for an ending. And Lost in Paradise, musically it's like awesome. It's like a funk with like some rap, and like it's just a very busy song it's just awesome.
Who did you say was the artist for that one?
It's I think I forgot to say the artist. It's they're like ALI. It's like I think it stands for like Alien Liberation something. It's a really weird artist name, but
okay.
They're kind of like a funk band, and they have it's featuring Aklo, which he's it's just a really cool song. It's like but it almost doesn't like feel like I don't think it is an anime song, even though it's like for an anime. It's like, it feels like it's a
pop.
Yeah, it's like it feels like a lot of these like shonen shows, like they're starting to be like branch out a lot musically, and I think this is like kind of part of that, where it's like,
and I regret that, honestly. Like,
you prefer Anisong to Anisong.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. I know how this works. Like, you gotta sell CDs, you gotta push those new artists. So and what's hot right now is things that don't sound like Anisong. So I get it.
That song is fire though.
I find this sad, but yeah, it's I did listen to it a bit, and it's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah, and number one being Evergreen. I'm not even gonna lie. I became a huge Saja no Hana fan this year, and Evergreen is like perfect mood for them. And
Did you
the
watch the
ending,
PV?
the the actual PV, no, I just
Hmm.
the ending animation, but I've listened to this song like a ton, so yeah, just
Hmm.
mood is like super Anisong ending,
Hmm.
which and I would say it's kind of like I put two Anisong endings and then one song that's like not really
Any
Anisong,
song,
but
yeah.
yeah. But
That's just how it
like
is.
all three of these are just great songs. It's just and for me they're cut above the rest of everything else I have. Like if I were to give a couple of runner ups, it'd be the Love Live ending and the
I don't
the
know what the Love
Kami-sama.
Life music sound from this season.
It's actually really different than the other Love Lives. And yeah, I haven't watched too much of the anime. It was okay. It was like
I listened to the songs, but I haven't actually given them a chance to kind of like settle in and see how I feel about them yet. But I liked what I heard. It just didn't kind of grow on me just yet.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I don't really watch, and by I don't really watch, I mean that I've never watched Love Live, but I do appreciate the songs, so I'll check it out.
yeah, I don't really have an emotional attachment to Love Live at all, but I thought the music was fine.
Mm.
I thought the ending was pretty good. And the anime is super beautiful. So but
Oh.
I mean I guess we're not really talking about anime here, so
I mean we can. Wow, it's Anisong talk. Of course you can talk about anime. Okay.
I hate anime.
Wow. Runner ups. Okay,
How
give
about
me
you?
your. Well, give me your runner ups first, and then we'll.
Oh yeah, those are my run-ups. The
Oh yeah. Okay.
Kami-sama Hinata, Goodbye Seven Seas. I really like Yaganagi Nagi, and it's just good ending for that show. And yeah, the Love Live ending. I think it's
Okay.
Neo Sky, Neo Map.
Neo
I
Sky
thought,
Neo Map. Yeah.
yeah,
What about you, Kay?
So like I mentioned earlier, I had a really hard time sifting through endings that really stood out to me. But if I had to say a runner up, it would probably be the King's Raid ending by Kotoko, Stick Out.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I've in the past, few months I've been on a Kotoko stick and listening to her
She
anime
she did
songs.
have a tour, so
Yeah. So she had a tour for her game songs, and then she recently released an anime compilation album, and I've been listening to that in the past month. And it started to remind me that I actually liked a lot more for anime songs than I thought I did.
mm-hmm.
And then after that I checked out because Stick Out was associated with that as well, and so I kind of got into it there. It's nothing special. It's very similar to her previous anime songs, but sometimes you just need that kind of comfort. You know,
Mm-hmm.
things sound the same. Nothing is crazy. It's just what you expect from someone, and you appreciate that.
she did the
Mm-hmm.
ending for that.
Yeah,
I usually think of Kotoko as opening.
Opening,
So
yeah.
she
She
usually
she does
is.
have she. I mean, so I think one of my favorite Kotoko song, not my favorite, but one of my favorite, is an ending song. It's the Kanazuki no Iko one.
That's same.
It's
That was like one of my top Kotoko anime songs
yeah, it's so
for the
good. It's Agony, yes, Agony.
yes, Agony.
Agony
And
is just
then
so good, yeah.
yeah, Kotoko like I feel like she's almost pigeonholed when she does anime. Like I like her game stuff a lot more.
I think that's what happened. Like that's how I got turned off for her anime song over like somewhere when she first started. It was still kind of had her game influence, but as she went on with her career, it started to become very pigeonholed. Like Jenny wanted this specific type, and this was basically what she came. And
Really?
everything else was like that
Because I remember that
to
I
me.
don't know, like the Hayate no Gotoku opening was like so completely different from what I would have expected from Kotoko at the time that it was kind of like jarring for me. And I don't know if you've listened or watched that one, but Kamen no Maid Guy, the
Yes, yes.
that song
That
is kind of like bonkers.
no, it
And
is. But I think that also kind of fits. It's like it's hard to explain, but that's the kind of thing I expected her at that point in time, and that's kind of what started me turning
interesting.
away.
Huh.
because because I have a really hard strong tie with her game side.
Game stuff. Yeah,
Game
yeah, yeah, yeah,
melody
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is more, synth,
Mm-hmm.
emotional, evocative.
But
And
but
so she
but
started
but but that's
branching out to
also
this
when she
energetic
left.
style.
She left Ive, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So kind of like the same thing happened to me. I'd say when she left Hive, I kind of also like stopped actively following her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she definitely had good stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of where it kind of faded out for me. And
Yeah.
then now recently, with all the things that she's released, the compilations she's releasing, I've kind of brought her back in and kind of started listening to her again and seeing what I've been missing out on, stuff like that.
Dude, I remember at like the AX thing when Kotoko was like the Lisani / AX thing. I guess that was another event I technically went to, but like people were like asking who's the singer for Kotoko. I was like, oh no, I'm old.
They're asking what now?
Like she was singing like Kotoko was on stage and she was like singing a bunch of like classics, and like there were a bunch of people going like, who's the singer? I'm like, oh no, I'm old.
Oh, damn, that sucks. When was that?
Is the Lisani event that
The thing that we watched online. Right.
yeah. I guess
Got
I
it.
technically went to that too, but yeah,
Got
that's
it.
when I was
Got
like
it.
reading the chat for that, I was like, oh no.
Okay. Yeah, 2020 has been a long year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my top 3 ending. So that one was kind of like hard to select the order, and I'm still changing the order as we're speaking right now in my head. But I want to say so. So for me, like number 3 is "Break" by Uru, which is the Yashahime ending,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not extremely familiar with Uru, but it's kind of like it's so last year she had the song for Granbell, which I think Kay, you're the only person I know that I've watched Granbell.
The
It's
best series ever. But,
it's kind of similar to that in a way, and I like it. I like her style. She has a I wouldn't know what to describe her style as, but I like it. It's soothing, but it's energetic at the same time. So it's fun to listen to. It's very fun to listen to. I'd say my number 2 is wait, is that how you read that? Namonai Hana, which is the Mahoka ending.
yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like Mahoka has good songs. Mahoka is the Sony's winning formula as far as as everything.
It actually surprised me that none of those songs made it in my list this season. Even though I don't dislike them, I like them too. But I guess
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's okay. So one thing they did that really helped make me love the song is I absolutely adore when ending songs start playing while the show is still on. You know, like the music begins while they're still like talking about stuff, and
The
then
JoJo style.
I no could you not
That
use
is JoJo's reference.
JoJo as a reference? Fucking JoJo.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, I don't know what you call that, but yes, I love, yes, just like JoJo does, JoJo style. Yeah, you know, like it's something like Gundam 00 did a lot. I really love. Actually, Gundam in general does that a lot. I really love when they do that. So it's a beautiful song. I'm not familiar with the artist who performed it. Miki, I don't know how to read your name. Um, I think she's new, from what I understand, and if Sunny handles her career well, I think we'll see more of her.
She'll get a second song.
The fast one.
No, I like that ending too. Though I will say it's like for such like a because like Mahoka's ending is always like kind of like super slow, almost like love song kind of thing. And
I mean, Mahoka is kind of like a love story, a weird love story, but you know.
there's I'm gonna no comment on that. But like sometimes it's like the way the ending cuts in where it's like a super slow love song in Mahoka, it's like kind of weird sometimes almost because the content of the show it's like just doesn't match with the ending at all. But yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. And my number one is a song we've all mentioned so far, and it's "Goodbye Seven Seas" by Yanagi Nagi. Yeah, I mean, this is like I think you said it's beautifully, Kay. This song is a very key song, and in spite of everything that the show represented, this show tried to do, the winning thing that came out of it was this song, and it's really. I mean, I don't want to kick a dog that's already down, but the show
No,
sucked.
it's the same thing I have. I know it's like you can't knock on it because it's very perfect. It's very suited as a
Yeah.
key ending, and it works so well. It just didn't have the key series to go with it.
And it's really a shame because can you imagine how much this song would have been better if there was emotional attachment with the series that comes with it,
Dude, I'd be crying every time I listen to it.
right? This is what I want from a key song. This is what I want from my Dad June song. You know?
It's like it's like Brave Song has like a crazy like I have like crazy emotional attachment to it, and this
Yeah.
song it's like I'm just like it's a good song.
No, it's like I mean that's pretty much like when I listen to Farewell's song from Leah, I feel like I don't know if like I want to cry because I love that song so much and I'm so attached to that series, and yeah, it's exactly the same for Brave Song, and and it sucks so much because the song is so good and the show is so fucking bad.
That's like the crazy thing, or like the good thing, I should say, about Anisong, right? It's like sometimes like you can really like a song can remind you of like how much you like love the show and like scenes from the show and stuff. But
Yeah,
in this case, it's almost like a double-edged sword because like for this song, it's like man, I love this song, but the show is so bad.
it just sucks. It just sucks. But
Sadly.
but yeah. Anyway, I feel like we can like continue bashing the show forever, so we'll just move on.
This is a key podcast now.
My runner up is Blue Rose Nose by Mindarain. I think that's how you pronounce her name, which is the ending song for Kamitachi ni Yorareta Otoko. It's so for those if you don't know, Mindarain Rain is she's a YouTube singer who, and I don't know the full story of how that came about, but she's a cover singer, and she Lentis signed her up. Lentis signed her up for this year, and they came out with that song, and the song is actually very nice and Genki. it really fits the atmosphere of the show. And Mindarain is a great singer. The song is good. The singer is great, and I guess it's probably not a nice way to say, but for I guess it's not what I expected from a cover singer. Oh, sorry, completely forgot to mention the most important thing. She's from the Philippines. She's not.
that's cool.
She's not. Yeah, she's from and lives in the Philippines. So I guess in my head I was like, because I had heard the announcement of her being signed up with Lantis. So yeah. Oh wait, she's Thai. My bad. She's Thai, not Philippines. Thai. Sorry. I guess in my head I was like, oh hey, it's gonna be like what could a Gaiko Kujin singing could possibly sound like? We've already had that happen once or twice, which had very good results, but I didn't know exactly what to expect, and I was completely taken by surprise. Like it's really nice. So I will be following her career also, and hoping for more stuff from her.
Japan's finally getting singers off of YouTube instead of Nico Nico Doga.
I mean, I feel like that's been a thing for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ones that didn't make it.
Yes. As a Big N says, trust more in the universality of music. Yeah. Okay. Now, so that was pretty much our favorite opening songs and ending song for the season, which is what I find interesting is that I guess the opening song that probably like got cited the most was the Tonikawa opening, and my feelings about that song is that I don't really love it, but I could learn to love it, I suppose. I just need to. I haven't listened to it. I guess I couldn't give it a lot of chance because I didn't watch the show. I kind of like refused to watch the show for.
If you can learn to like the song, you can learn to love the anime too.
No.
I don't think that's true.
No, because if that were true, we would learn to love the Dead Become God.
Never mind.
Yeah, we just watched 12 episodes of the show that we have.
Well, just trying to put a 10 out of 10 masterpiece on my anime list.
My anime list, yeah. And the ending song we unanimously liked was Goodbye Seven Seas. And
I think that makes sense, kind of considering that, our backgrounds and where we came across and what we've seen this season. I think that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, my other runner-up was Mother by Macaroni and Pitsu, which is the ending song for Dino Daiboken. Again, the song, the band is like very indie-ish. I don't know who they're signed up with. I think it's it's definitely a major label, but I forget which one it is. But yeah, definitely check them out.
Speaking of runner-ups, that also reminded me, I wanted to mention during the openings. I wanted to say Yuki no Tsubasa, the new Strike Witches opening from Yoko Ishida. And I wanted to point that one out because it literally the past 4 years, that's all she's been singing were openings for Strike Witches.
Really?
Yes. Which I thought was really interesting when I looked it up. Because when I realized it was her, I was like wondering what she was been doing lately, and it's pretty much
I don't think I've listened to that one.
And then her next song that's coming out in February is also a Strike Witch song.
Oh yeah, there's another Strike Witch next season. That's right.
What is Strike? No, it's Lentis, right? She's Lentis, Yoko Ishida.
Yes.
Interesting. So what is Why does she only do Strike Witches now?
That's what I would like to wonder. Well, it's better than what I initially thought. I kind of thought she kind of, faded away. But when I started looking at it, I was like, oh, she's just been doing Strike Witches all the time. That's why I haven't crossed into her much, because I used to like Strike Witches a lot, but I haven't been really keeping up with it lately. So
It's the... Wait, what? What is Luminous Witches? Luminous Witches. I don't know. Jerry's asking if she's singing the Luminous Witches opening.
is she?
I don't know.
I don't.
Okay. We don't know. Okay. Moving on. Okay. So that kind of like concludes our opening and ending song for fall 2020. And before we go, let's just revisit very quickly 2020. So I've asked you guys to tell me your 2 favorite songs from 2020. So that could have been an opening, an ending, or an insert song, whichever. So Forte, give me one.
Just one?
Just one for now.
Okay. I'm gonna give. I think this one was like one of the strongest songs of the year, and this year had like a ton of great songs. But I really love Prover, like one of the FGO, the Babylonia endings.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Millet is legit, and this song was like so beautiful.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just
okay, give me one.
So when I was trying to think about 2020, it was really hard because I tried to remember the stuff earlier in the year and I really couldn't. So I went to the easiest way I could figure this out, and basically I looked at what I purchased in the past year, because I usually like to purchase the opening and endings of songs I really liked. And what I found, what stood out of what I did, was basically the Infinite Dendrogram ending, Reverb.
Reverb, yeah.
From Uchinaya. So I think that would probably be my pick. Just because it's. I've also been on the Uchinaya kick again recently, and the song just, even now, like I still can listen to it and not be tired of it. It's just the way it goes, the different beats. It's just a really good song.
So why don't you sing it at karaoke?
We didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance to last time, but I would have put it in eventually.
Got it.
Kei doesn't want to sing Ani's song at karaoke. He wants to sing RJ songs.
Okay. One for me is and I've mentioned it at the last podcast, but it's Pride by Harumi. And basically that song was written by the same team. So it's written and composed by the same two people who did Prover. So that's why I didn't go for Prover. But yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It doesn't sound the same, but it has the same feeling, and it's a really great song. Oh yeah, so Harumi, she's the one who's half Filipino. She's not entirely new, but she kind of like started showing up this year, and a bit like Millet, but Millet has been really extremely Goryo-shid, I feel, which
I don't mind.
Which no, yeah, exactly. You know, like in normal case, like I don't like when things are Goryo-shid. But for Millet, I don't mind at all. Yeah, sorry, I had like some Kitoakari.
Yeah, that was weird.
Weird, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. But for Millet, I don't mind at all. So yeah, I'm gonna look forward to more Harumi, because if she has the same team writing for her as Millet, then it's gonna be great.
Did you ever try out that series, Nami o Kite Kure?
Yeah, I've watched it. It's a good series. It's great. The series is good, and the manga is good too. So just check them out if you haven't.
I remember I started that, but we stopped.
Oh, it's a shame. It's it's very Josei, I guess. So if that's your style, it's
Yeah, I mean, I not that I didn't like it. I just that whole season I kind of dropped a little bit off.
Yeah.
There's just so much.
Okay. Okay. Give me your last one.
Last one.
Hmm.
Last one should be no surprise to anyone, but it's Centimeter by the Peggies, and obviously from Kanajo Okarishimasu. And the song encapsulates a lot of things. You know, the
Forte's
song
laughing.
itself, the song itself is catchy, obviously, and it's the Peggies, which we all have. I like to think a positive opinion of. But in the context of this show, it encapsulates so much of the feeling from the show in like, well, I don't want to talk about the perspective of the protagonist, perspective of Chizuru, and I think it's a really good song that really actually fits the show, and it didn't try to just place itself in, and that kind of gave it staying power to me. Like because I like the show, obviously,
Hmm.
I like the song even more, and the song works, and that's why I rate it so highly.
Okay.
Not gonna say I like the show, but I do like the song. It's one of those love-hate relationships. It's like the next Nisekoi for me. So I, I'll never admit that I love it.
Because
I have
your
this
wife is
image. Yeah. I have this image that you keep sending me whenever you're talking about Nisekoi in my head about that other that's like, oh, I hate this, but I can't look away. Yeah.
Probably the catchiest song of 2020 for me.
Yeah.
Centimeter.
So Forte, what's your last song?
So this is my favorite song of 2020. It's so like I said earlier, I've been like I've totally fell in love with Sajo no Hana this year, and so my favorite song from this year is the insert song Koko ni Tai from Railgun. It was like either between this or the actual Railgun ending, Ao Arashi no Atode. There, I think like those two songs are like they're kind of like a different range for the band, but they're both like kind of really easy songs to vibe to. But specifically, and I kind of talked about this earlier, Koko ni Itai is like the song at like it's like at the very end of like the best arc of the show, and like I just like think about that arc and I like tear up every time I listen to this song. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I I'll check it out because I'm very intrigued now.
Yeah, tearing up to. Well, I know how much you've been into Railgun this past year, so
Man,
I'm
no one
surprised.
believes me. But Railgun got better. It wasn't bad before, but it got better. And
Okay.
so like this song and like this song is actually what like made me go like, okay, I love these guys. I love Sacha no Hana. And
Wow.
yeah, I made a pathetic attempt of singing them at karaoke. I don't recommend that unless you're a very good singer. But
I don't remember if that's what you tried the other day. I guess that's what you did the other day, maybe.
I did the ending Ao Arashi, but both good songs, and it was like a struggle to figure out which one I was like my favorite from this year because I listened to both of them like 5 times a day. It's crazy.
Got it. Okay. Oh, Macaroni Empitsu is Toys Factory. Got it. Okay. So my last and favorite song of 2020 is Haru wa Yuku by Eme, which is the Evansfield's final ending song. And I have not watched the movie yet, so I've actually somehow managed to stay completely spoiler free, even though I kind of like more or less have an idea
it's
of where I
Heaven Feel,
think.
so
Yeah, I mean Seven Fields, yeah, but like there's different ways they could go with this movie, I guess. But yeah, it's such a beautiful song, and I really like that Kajiura put a callback to the previous Heaven's Feel songs in this one, and it's weird because I actually didn't. It's another one. It's not. It used to not be my favorite Heaven's Feel song, but it grew on me. No, I mean, no, wait. I liked it. Just it was not my favorite, but now it's my favorite because I don't know. The more I listen to it, the more I grew to love it. I think definitely my favorite thing is it kind of like encapsulate everything that I feel represents Evansville. And if this is going to be our last time, I mean, I know it's not going to be the last time, but if it is going to be, if this is going to be our last time seeing the adventures of, our crew of Mary, Jolie, fun having Shiro, Sakura, and Rin, then I feel like this is a very good song to end their saga with. But again, I know how money works. It's not gonna,
Aniplex will never make Fate again.
Yeah, wait to see the saber again.
Yeah, the saber route will happen for sure eventually. I would like it not to, but not because I don't like saber, but yeah. Anyway, so I guess that pretty much concludes our 2020 Anisong
Did we do
talk.
Kei's second top for the year? Or?
Wait, did we not? We did, yeah.
No, we did. It was Reverb and
Reverb, yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that pretty much concludes our 2020 retrospective, I guess. So in spite of everything that happened this year, as you mentioned, Forte, we had a lot of great songs, which I'm glad that the Anisong scene didn't stumble too much. It's been great to see they've adapted to the performing thing by having online concerts. Obviously, because we all live overseas and it's not easy to travel to Japan, this is definitely something that I would like them to. I would like to see them continue doing. I don't have a lot of hopes for that, but hopefully next year things are better for everyone and we are able to travel again. I don't have a lot of hopes for that, but I hope it does happen regardless. And yeah, and again, 2020 has been a shitty year, but it's been good to be. Even though like there was like distance, it's been good to like be still surrounded by friends and family. And I hope you guys didn't have like the worst 2020, and hope to see you guys again next year when we come back.
Yeah, I think looking back at 2020, what I appreciate is that with everything changing, it's still that I still find any song is something that I still enjoy and something that I find that I enjoy, which who knows what the future brings, but at least it's nice to know that something like that is still something there for me,
Mm-hmm.
and that is hopefully 2021 will be better.
It's almost like this year, like because there's so many songs that like I either fell in love with again or like I like came to really love this year. I'm like almost recharged because I haven't been doing much in terms of esports. So like it's almost like when I go again, I'm gonna have like all the stuff to look forward to, which is nice.
Oh, I guess the question is, when you get the chance to go to Japan again, what is that artist you're looking forward to seeing the most?
Probably Sajo no Hana, because like haven't like I got really into them and I haven't been able to see them.
Mm.
But like um I want to see Lisa too, but it's also like how much do I really want to see Gurenge? Like I want to hear her other stuff, but yeah.
You probably
We're gonna get
you know what you're gonna get if you go
yeah.
to the concert now.
It's like because I watched Angel Beats recently and I'm like I love Ichiban no Takaramono, but I know what I'm gonna get in this current environment where
Aren't
like
you
I feel
happy
like
that she's now famous thanks to Gurenge?
I am, but I hope that's not what I'm gonna get every time I go to one of her concerts.
Yeah.
But
What about UK?
I don't know actually. Most likely it's going to come down to when I can finally go what is around.
Mhm.
I don't feel strongly that I want to really. I definitely want to continue like the kind of trend I had this in 2019 where I started to cross a lot of bucket list performances, and I kind of want to continue that.
Mhm.
So, but as to what I will do, what I want to do next is probably going to be more for me, pragmatically, what's available.
Yeah.
what about another Bamco Fest? You're definitely gonna go to that though, right?
I mean, we know one is happening, and I probably will not be able to go to that.
But you
So, but if that's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for me I'd say I'm kind of like UK where I just do this bucket list thing nowadays because I kind of like I feel like I've seen all the artists I kind of like already wanted to see. So now I kind of like want to see artists that just I've never seen before. Uh, Definitely want to see Millet for sure. Uh, and yet, despite what I just said, I think the artist I'm looking forward to seeing the most again is Chihara Minori.
well, I mean,
Wait, what a surprise! Actually,
What a surprise! I mean, I mean, yeah, it's no secret that I love Chihara Minori a lot. So yeah, I miss her. Just miss her. So yeah. Okay. I think so. So let's wrap this up. Any final words you want to put in, Forte?
I think everyone should do their best to stay healthy, kind of endure kind of the rest of the year and how much longer it takes for things to hopefully get back to normal. And wear a mask, wash your hands. You've heard it a million times, but apparently us Americans haven't heard it enough. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm usually not the person to look forward to seeing people again, but it's been admittedly a pretty lonely year, so I'm looking forward to see everyone again. So,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah. There's basically 1 or 2 days left of this year, and
There's
honestly,
one day left.
1 day left.
As of this recording, there's one day left.
I can't wait it to be over, in only the sense that I hope a new year brings, something better. But if in a year's time this year we talk about similar things, then I will be there to commiserate with everyone. But I will be hoping that in a year time we'll be talking about much happier things and much happier times. So I hope that for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Pretty much all of that. I miss all of my friends. It's been it sucks. It sucks really. So I really hope we get to all see each other again next year, and yeah, I hope we get to see each other next year again, and I'm looking forward to being reunited over Anisong again, because that's definitely something that unites us all. And anime also unites us, but you know what I mean. Anyway,
You know, here's a crazy question.
yeah,
Do you think 2021 is going to be better for Anisong or worse? Do you think better songs are going to come out next year compared to this year? Because this year was pretty.
It's always hard to tell, to be honest.
This year was crazy though. It's like
But so was last year. Last year
Yeah,
was
so
really
that's right.
crazy.
2019 was no slouch.
Yeah, like this is so I think this is gonna be a great year for Anisong next year also. Yeah. Anyway, I hope so.
watch it just like suck now.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. Yeah. Anyway, it's on those great words that we will be ending again. Ending here. Thank you everyone for being for listening and joining us this year. Anisong Talk. We haven't done a lot of Anisong Talk episodes this year, but because of stuff and I'm gonna try to make more episodes next year, and so look forward to that. And thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys in 2021. Bye bye.
Bye. We should do it Anisong Talk live from Saizei if we can go to Japan.
We wanted to do a live one of those once before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last trip, December, right?
It was a year ago. Yes.